Hello, welcome back guys. So today we are going to be looking at the blend tool. So this tool is basically used to transition from one shape or color to another. It's a gradual change. The blend tool is positioned here. So once I click on that, let me select my first object and I will click on my blend tool. Then I will select the object again, then I will transition smoothly to this one. You can see how that color eventually faded from the black region to the lighter gray region, and I can still click on another color and you will see how this is going to transition from the lighter gray region to the orange region. And I can continue doing the same thing, doing the same thing, doing the same thing, do the same thing, and then do the same thing. I can decide to continue. So but one thing I want you to catch is you can see how this shape we are gradually transitioning from one point to another, from one point to another. I'll do the same thing to this one. Let me get the blend tool again. Let me transition from this one to 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 this one. All right, you can see that. So this is how you gradually transition from one color to another. Now, but this is not all there is to blend to. There are more options to this. So this one is the one I normally use when I want to get the colors between two colors and have it accessible to me. So if I pick these two colors and I move quickly to the object, scroll down to blend, then I will select the options first. On the options, you could see I have the smooth, specified steps, and specified distance. So let me start with the smooth colors. If I press, I'm going to keep the orientation at this point. I'm going to click OK. Then I will go back to the object, scroll down to blend, and I'm going to say make. Quickly go to my object and then expand. I can also expand the one we did before. I'm going to expand and click OK. Once I expand, you could see that I have several circles inside this particular blended shapes. So once I right click, I can ungroup, and if I ungroup, you could see that I have access to numerous colors, right? I have access to many colors between those two guys, right? The same thing can also happen here. I can decide to quickly go to object, scroll down to blend. Okay, but for the purpose of what I'm teaching you now, let me use this particular blend option to maintain what I'm teaching you. So I'm going to click these two together, quickly move to object, scroll down to blend, more options. I'm going to switch to this one, to the align to path. The first one is align to page, this one is align to path. So I'm going to click OK, object, and then make. Yeah, you can see just basically the same thing, just different orientation anyway. So I'm gonna go to my object, expand, click OK, right click, ungroup, and you can see I have access to many colors. So let's explore the other option that we have in the blend tool. Quickly go to object, scroll down to blend. This time around I'm gonna use the specified steps. I'm gonna keep it at say I have like 4 steps. Click OK, object, blend, make. You can see I have 4 steps. You can see 1 2 3 4. That was the step that I added. So in case you don't want to have numerous colors like the smooth steps we saw before, you can specify the number of colors that you want to see transition from one point to the other. Quickly go to your object, scroll down to expand, OK, then right click, and you will have access to this color. Now you can see that if I select this one and I get my eyedropper tool, I can transition from one color to the other. Yeah, I'm gonna undo that. So let's see what else we have here. I'm still gonna do you can see I can still switch the orientation to, so that's left for you. You can decide to explore that, but let's see what this one is gonna give us. So still the same thing anyway. There is no much more difference. Object, expand, OK, right click, ungroup. Okay, so let's see what the last option there is. And I'm going to select specified distance. So this one is you specifying the distance between two shapes, okay, when they are morphing together or when they are transitioning, the distance between two different circles. So I'm going to keep this at 4. I'm going to click OK, gonna make now. So quickly go back to object, expand. Okay, still the same thing like the one we saw earlier, but of course I can decide to change the distance. Okay, so let me try to change the distance of this particular one. More options. I'm gonna give this, like, let me give it 20. Click OK. Object, scroll down to blend, make. You can see I have a different kind of blending between these two, and if I increase the number of distance, it will still give me different kind of orientation. All right, so another thing I want to show you is that using the blend tool, you can actually morph two different shapes as well, not just the same shape. We can morph two different sizes of shapes together, and you're going to see how it will gradually transition from one to another. So I'm going to select this one, the smaller one, click on the blend, and then morph it with the next one. You could see that transition. Now the reason why I have this way is, if you remember with our previous slide, we were able to set our points to 20. So I'm going to undo that. If I go to blend options, if I change it to smooth, click OK and do the same thing again. Oh, sorry, I blended the page. Yeah, of course you can still decide if you want to expand and then have access to the different colors in between the two sized shape. Okay, so let me now show you the one of different shapes that you can also morph together. So I'm going to select the star, click on the blend, select the star, select the circle. You can see how it transitions from the star position to the circle position, and I can transition from the circle position to the block position. Right, so you're at liberty to do whatever you want. I hope you've been able to learn something today. So you can see how we're able to transition from one shape to the other, transition from one color to the other, and have access to numerous colors in between them. That's basically what the blend tool helps you to actualize. All right, I hope you've been able to learn something again. See you in the next video.